You got it.
Did you just wink?
It looks like a blink. You just went.
Can you not wink with both eyes?
No, I can't. I mean, I can close my eyes.
No, that was just blinking.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
like,
you just did.
But can you do it with both? You can.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Kristen Katie Read. I'm Kristen.
I'm Katie.
And we like to
Listen
to audiobooks.
Hey!
On exclusive Audible books. I don't know what to call it.
No, you nailed it.
Okay, so in this video, we are going to be doing a spoiler-free-ish, we're going to do some spoilers from the first two books, of Book 3 in the Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle L Jensen, The Inadequate Heir. So we have done a review for the first two books in the series, as well as a maybe roughly close to 100 pages in, 7 chapters in reaction video with all of our predictions for this book.
Can't wait to get the physical copy to see like where we land.
I know. I am very excited to see where we land. So we'll link the video to our predictions. Definitely if you watch that and then this, you're going to know that we, spoiler alert, don't get a lot right. But we have a great time doing it.
Such a great time doing it.
I love getting a bunch of things wrong. I actually never have more fun than when you and I sit around speculating on something that does not come to pass.
So true.
So as a Marvel fan and a Star Wars fan, we do it regularly.
And a Game of Thrones fan, we were, waiting for the Harry Potter books to come out. We speculated quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'll see you on the 17th, Andrew and Toby. You know.
So let's dial up the portal that Alec always knows how to use because Magnus makes it for him and jump right into our recap. So in books 1 and 2 of the Bridge Kingdom, we follow Laura and Arin.
Hot daddy. Arin.
Hot. Team Arin over here. So Arin is the king of Ithacana, or the Bridge Kingdom. You have to think it's important.
Yes.
It's literally the name of the series. And Laura is from the country directly below Ithacana, Maradrina, and she is sent under false pretenses to marry the king of Ithacana due to a pact that was made.
A peace pact, nonetheless.
A peace pact. And she is sent there to kill, or not really kill Arin.
No, just to find a way to bring down the Bridge Kingdom. Because her dad wants it. He's obsessed.
Her dad is obsessed. So she goes.
The king of Maradrina.
The king of Maradrina. So Laura goes, gets married, and is like slowly orchestrating how to bring down the bridge so that her father can come and conquer it.
But what happens, Katie?
They fall in love, obviously.
L is for the way
Laura.
you wink.
I'm definitely better with my right eye.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm left-handed, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. Obviously, they fall in love. It is enemies to lovers, the best kind.
Till as old as time.
Truly.
It's so good.
Yes. Except for there's no Stockholm Syndrome because she's literally just
She's
sent
a
to live
badass.
there. She is a badass. So in book 2 of the Bridge Kingdom, not only is Ithacana and Maradrina in conflict, but Valcata, the country even below Maradrina, and Maradrina are also in conflict. And the events in book 2 actually coincide with the events that happen in book 3. So because we're going to be talking about it pretty in depth later, we don't really want to dive into that right now. But the main characters for book 3 are involved in the conflict between Maradrina and Valcata.
Yeah, I'd say the king of Maradrina really has stretched himself a little thin. He's got enemies to the north, enemies to the south. What is this guy doing?
He's
greedy. You already have a kingdom.
Yeah, and he's like it's almost like he's just evil to be evil. Like, I don't know the plan here.
He just has this like obsession with the Bridge Kingdom, and then a feud that goes further back with
Valcata.
Valcata, yeah. I need to reread. I don't really know why his obsession, like, we still don't really understand his obsession with the bridge or the hatred between their two countries. I'll tell you this, I suspect that it's always betrayal. It's always because of love, someone's unrequited love. There's something that happened between Maradrina and Volcata. Did you see what I did there? I used the names. Love
You
it.
did use the names. I think both of our ratings for the first 2 books are 5 out of 5.
Yeah, they 100% are.
I immediately had to read the Bridge Kingdom books 1 and 2 after finishing book 3.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to see Laura and Arryn again.
So it's really interesting. Okay, so this book goes back and takes place essentially the entire same time frame as book 2. So technically these books could have been together where we went back and forth, and I thought a lot about it. It was like, would I have liked this to be a bigger book where I got the whole story? And I don't know. I kind of want it both ways. I'd like to see it all together, but I also like just focusing on Lara and Arryn. Okay. Lara and Arryn, and then I also kind of just like going back and forth because it's POV between Lara and Arryn, and it's POV between our 2 new main characters,
whose names we're never gonna say.
What are their names?
Karis and Zara.
Karis and Zara. Wow, it totally eluded me there for a second. So yeah, I don't know. How would you prefer it?
I think that I like it this way because you kind of like get to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Because I actually, while I was listening, got my copy of Traitor Queen out and was reading along.
I love that.
During all the scenes where like Karis and Arryn are talking, and whenever Zara and Arryn are interacting, and just like all of the times that they overlap, I would like get my book out and remember like how Arryn reacted to Karis and how Karis is thinking of Arryn in that moment. It's just so funny. Like you don't see all of, because you can't, like you just don't see what's happening behind all of the actions in
multiple perspectives.
Yeah,
no, that's a good point, because if she had done them all together, she would have had to pick the character that like each chapter's perspective was from, and we do get some really cool and some really badass scenes from multiple perspectives that would not, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That would not happen. Okay, update. This way's better, obviously, of course. It's her book. She understands what the best way to do it is.
She's amazing.
I would say, so specifically about the Inadequate Heir.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly hit you with a quick synopsis, Katie.
I love it.
Okay. Zara, she is the niece of the Queen of Volcata.
Empress.
Oh shoot, already off to a bad start. She's the Empress. Shockingly, the Empress has a son who could be the heir. She pushes him aside because she wants Zara. So you have to think that tension is boiling. Right?
For sure.
For sure he's not pleased. He's got to be plotting murder.
Murder?
Right? Anyways, we don't really get to know him very well. She is the sister of Zara's dead mom, who the king of Margarina himself murdered right in front of her. Right in front of her. And then, like, didn't he, like, tie her up to her dead mom's body? It's,
she
like,
made
really
her
horrific.
hold her decapitated head.
Oh, my God. So, anyways, in Volcata,
Trauma.
Yes, in Volcata, the women can be in the military, and she's, like, a military leader, strategist, very successful.
A general in some terms.
I know it would shock you to learn that in Margarina, women are not allowed to be in the military because they're dumb. And
it's the worst country.
So Karis is the son of the king. So he's actually Lara's full brother. They had the same mom and dad. So he saw his dad murder their mom.
Yeah.
It's shocking. He does not.
The shared trauma of Karis and Zara witnessing their mother's murder at the hands of
the same man,
Silas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he does not really know Laura, because you learn this in the literal opening chapter of Bridge Kingdom. All of the sisters, all of the women are taken off somewhere, and they don't know. They don't know where they're taken or to what purpose. We know it's to train them to see who can be the one who takes down the bridge. But so those are our main characters. Obviously, literal enemies. They literally talk to each other across like a line. Like one city is one country and the other side is the other country. I love it. Update.
I love it too.
Star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
They don't know who the other one is. It's like a fun little, one of those,
A classic.
It's a classic. And
it's a classic, like Romeo seeing Juliet before knowing her name and falling in love immediately.
Yeah. So things about this book, like just comparing to the other series, I feel like this one is more political and strategy. Like they're always thinking, well, if I say this, then this will trigger, but I actually want this to happen, then you have to say this. And like, there's a lot more people that have different motives.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little bit harder to follow. I found myself really wanting a physical copy, which I'm going to get.
In 6 months.
In 6 months. So I really loved listening to it. I will tell you, Katie.
Tell me.
There was a point where I jumped because the sound scared me so bad.
I loved all the sounds. It was so cool.
Did you? Did you love the splat sound?
I didn't love the splat.
Well, you just said you loved every sound, Katie.
But I did.
What is it?
But I loved that there was a sound effect there.
Okay, so it shocked me. And then he kept hearing it.
Yeah,
in his head, and so when it happened again, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I know, but
I was so shook.
I know, but it
was a great.
It puts you in the moment.
It really did. Like it, and also normally I don't like reading about the cities and all these we read so many books where it's like fantasy worlds and they like paint a city and it's just like okay, cool, like another city. Like I really was finding myself being like, I want to see this. Like, I want to see this place. And I think a lot of that has to do with, obviously her writing is great, but I think also the sound effects and just, like, hearing just, like, a light drizzle or the wind blow.
Water. And
yeah. It's great.
It was really great.
So let's, narration quality. I think it's safe to say.
10 out of 10.
10, we're going 10 scale, folks. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 100%. The narrators that they chose are so great to do. Aaron and Laura are the same for Karis and Zara.
Yeah.
And they do a wonderful job. I think that they like sound the way that I would picture them to sound, like about the right age. And just all of the sound effects, like Audible should be producing way more audiobooks.
Audible, you literally have all of our money. Take it. I'll give it to you.
Like, I already give it to you monthly.
I give it to you annually.
You have to think.
Let's do spice rating, Katie. How would you rate the spiciness of this?
Well, this is definitely a spicier book than the first two Bridge Kingdoms.
The dial, I mean, we are simmering. It is turning up. It is getting hot in here.
It is truly getting hot in here, not just because of Kristen's winking abilities. So it is definitely, I would say this is maybe like a 3 out of 5.
Okay, now we're back to 5 scale. I don't know what we're doing. I thought you were going to say 3 out of 10.
How do you want me to?
I don't know, Katie.
Do you want me to go back to 10?
Yes.
Okay. I would say like a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Whew. Yes, I really like it. Okay, do they say the F word in the first two?
I don't think so.
Right? It's a little bit more adult, which I like. I mean, that's what I prefer.
Too. I think that this
they're at war, for God's sakes. Why are we not cursing?
They're in the military. War, Peacock. So yeah, this was definitely spicier than spicier.
It is.
It's definitely spicier than the Bridge Kingdom books 1 and 2. However, it never bothered me that there was not a lot of spice in the Bridge Kingdoms book 1 and 2 because I did feel like, and she has said this again on her TikTok, that like so much of Laura and Aaron's relationship is about sexual tension.
Yes.
And
you can feel it.
And you can feel it. She does such a good job writing it.
And they have such passion for each other.
Yes.
Like, those two are like, I will move mountains for you. You are everything. I will end the world to save you type people. Yeah. And Zara and Karis are country first. Obviously, it's an enemies to lovers story. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that they start to care for one another. But I just didn't find it like I think we could get there, but it's just a different type of attraction and relationship, which obviously they're a different couple, so.
Yeah, I agree. But I do think that like so much of Zara and Karis is like, I don't know, it just like it happens before they like know who the other one is, and there's like all of this. I just feel like they almost have like the physical stuff first, and then like the emotions come after because of like the circumstances of their situation.
Yeah.
What would your rating be?
Okay.
For spice.
Oh, spice rating, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. There was a very specific scene on a boat that I was like, woo. You know?
I did.
I was about to say, wouldn't want someone reading over my shoulder, but like, I listened to it, so like, wouldn't want someone to overhear me listening to it.
Wouldn't want to like disconnect from your AirPods.
Yikes! Imagine. Can't. I'm just saying, it is not fade to black, just the way we like it. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Katie. Overall rankings, Goodreads, and the 10 for scale.
Okay. My Goodreads rating is unshockingly a 5 out of 5.
Love it.
Definitely.
What's your 10 scale?
My 10 scale is probably a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I loved it, but I just not enough to give it that coveted 10 out of 10 spot.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard, like, if it was its own individual book without the other things in the universe, but, like, can you give them all 10 out of 10s? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I probably could, but how I'm feeling today is a 9 out of 10.
Oh, man. Okay, so my Goodreads rating, 5 out of 5.
Definitely.
And then guess what, Katie? I played you. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Wow. I loved it.
Wow.
Update. I think it's a perfect book. I love it.
I mean, obviously, I think it's really good.
Subject to change. I mean, it's weird because it's a 10 out of 10, but I definitely like the Bridge Kingdom books better.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this one is going. I don't know where it's going.
Right. I think that, like, just with book 1, which was true with the first Bridge Kingdom book, I liked book 2 better.
Yeah.
I like the wrapping up of stories.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so anxious about where this fourth book is going, how it's going to end up, where our characters are going to be.
There's just so much groundwork to lay, which was a little surprising to me just because 99% of this book takes place during a story that we've already heard.
True.
That's what's weird about it. But, like, we still laid so much groundwork, and I think, like, it's just going to be so much more emotional. And like Katie said, just like those landings, I think their relationship and emotions for one another are going to be in a different spot. While I love people choosing, I got to do this for my country, I'm more interested in the relationship,
Definitely.
So I want to see, like, where that goes. And then this one kind of also, it ends unresolved. Like, I don't want to give any spoilers here, but, like, the thing that happens, I'm like, oh, I don't love that. So I want to know, like, hopefully it resolved the way that I want it to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is it for our spoiler-free. We are dying to discuss the spoilers of this book.
We literally cannot wait another moment longer, so stay incest-free out there, people, and watch our spoiler-filled review when you're done.
If it's not out yet, wait. Set an alarm. Subscribe.